Hello, my name is Yago Moreno, and I'm going to be reviewing The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. The physical book itself has received a lot of censorship in schools, and also a lot of critiques have labeled it as brainwashing and deteriorating for little minds. It's also been linked with suicides, and also the assassin of John Lennon when he was arrested by the police. He handed them the book, The Catcher in the Rye, this book, and he said that's why he killed John Lennon. So, well, it could be said that, yes, people reading this with some unstable minds are affected and will take ideas or base their thoughts on this. This book is packed with themes. Some of them are depression, which into it fits suicide, and alcohol addiction, as well as cigarette addiction, smoking. Aggressive behavior towards others, and the loss and mourn of lost ones. Holden lost his little brother Ali, and that was a huge shock in his life. And the follow-up to the death of Ali was that his parents and nobody really supported him with the death of his brother, and so Holden kind of became who he is. He believes that he doesn't need anyone, and little by little he discovers that he can't be alone, and that's when he starts going into depression and that he gets suicidal thoughts. This book is fundamental in education. In years where depression is most common, this book has to be read. In this book, Holden goes through depression in 3 days, and it's all about how he believes he doesn't need anyone, but in the end he does need a catcher. This catcher is his little sister, and in the end he does acknowledge that you need people in life. And when going through depression, you hear this all the time, probably from a psychologist, your friends, your parents, but the truth is, reading it from a book and looking at someone who's going through the same thing as you is way more helpful than anything else. So therefore, this book should be allowed in education, because students need to read this book, for if they face this situation in real life, they know what it leads to and how to resolve it. This quote is by far my favorite quote in the book. Let me read it. "Don't ever tell anybody anything. If you do, you just start missing everybody." This is when Holden is talking with his brother, and he's telling his brother the whole story. By telling this story, he starts missing the people that were with him, Ackley, Stradlater, and by this, he's acknowledging that he needs people. Although it's very slight, and it's a really little step Holden's depression, it shows that he's acknowledging that he needs those people. And it has so much meaning in the book, because it's all about depression. And this is Holden finally stepping out of this dark hole, but he's stepping out really, really slow. But to me, I think people who have had depression or having depression know that depression doesn't just stop one day. You wake up and you feel better. But this will appeal to them because it shows that everybody goes by little steps. This is one of my favorite pieces of fan art. It represents Holden in the cover page, smoking and wearing his red hunting hat. I think it's magnificent that they didn't paint in his face, because it shows Holden's absence. He's not really there. His soul is kind of disappearing and slowly going into death, I guess. Then also it perfectly portrays Holden's addiction of cigarettes, and then also his red hunting hat. The red hunting hat has a very big symbol in the book. It represents Holden going through all this depression, and in the end, the hat goes to his little sister. And when he gets it back, he's all happy and he's ready to start a new life at his house. Catcher in the Rye is a fantastic book that I very much enjoyed, as well as the themes. They played a huge role, and it was a really good read. I recommend it to anyone with a certain age. I also think it shouldn't be censored because it plays an essential role in education. It helps people fighting depression look at someone else and how they do it. And that's something that you can't do all the time. And it's great for adolescents reading the book. Thank you very much for watching.